Now let's set some properties at the high level for our application. Right-click on the project and select Properties. This will bring up all the project properties for our application, including the name and metadata or any behavioral conditions, such as the startup form. By default, we want to change our startup form to be main, to start up with the main console. Let's also configure the icon. This is the icon that the user sees next to the executable itself or when they hit Alt-Tab to tab through the windows. We'll select the A icon to indicate Anti-Curator. As you notice, because the resources are included in our project file, we see them immediately. Should we not see the icon that we wish to use, we can also browse for it. We'll also want to configure another setting called Settings. This allows you to type in either user or application settings for a particular conditional parameter, such as preference for the desktop or any other settings. Later in this series, we're going to be working with images. Here we can go ahead and set the image URL path that we wish to use to upload any images. While we're here, let's set that up now. For the setting name, type in image upload path. And then for the value, select a value or a path that makes sense for your images. Go to the project files directory on your desktop, select the Photos folder, and go to the top of the screen for the file path and copy that into memory. Go back to Visual Studio and set the value here. That's the Photos folder for your project that will be located on your desktop by default. Now let's go ahead and see what this looks like. Save all your changes, close all the windows by selecting Window, Close All Documents, select Build, Build Solution. The build has succeeded, as you see on the bottom left-hand side of your screen, and now hit F5 to run the application. Let's give it a try. In our search criteria, let's go ahead and add some kind of search. Select the Go button to actually search. Notice Live is selected, and now you see information regarding your search on Live. If you select the Wiki, you'll find all the information regarding the criteria on your wiki. Or I can use this as a traditional browser control. By typing in www, it automatically pops up all the URLs that I've recently used. If I select one and click the Go button, I can use this just like a regular browser control. It's fully interactive and it allows me to actually work with elements in my page. For example, I can select any of the AJAX controls and notice the AJAX controls are fully functional. These AJAX controls are using JavaScript libraries that completely work within my web browser control. In this chapter, you've learned how to work with container controls such as the tab control and the group box control, as well as integrating a traditional desktop application with information that comes from the internet, passing in data from a web form control directly into your browser. Later in this series, we'll continue to build upon this application, integrating data from a database, as well as presenting other desktop forms such as WPF forms and additional functionality in the .NET Framework 3.5.